Hi and welcome back to the second video on my purchase of the new guitar you see here on the left, the Yamaha. On the right you see the guitar I already had, the Eastman Dreadnought guitar. And in this video I want to inform you a little bit more about the specifics of the Yamaha guitar, the reasons why I bought it, and I want to tell you a little bit more about the transacoustic system which this guitar has built in. Let me first show you the label. It's a Yamaha guitar. I don't have to introduce the brand to you. A very famous brand, famous for their musical instruments with high quality, but also for their motorcycles, etc. This model is the LSTA. It has a transacoustic system built into it, and it has the ARE treatment from Yamaha. That's a mouthful, but let me explain all those things. The guitar is part of the L line, and therefore the name is LSTA. And the L series is a very popular acoustic line of guitars from Yamaha. And this guitar is part of that line. The S stands for the body size of the guitar, and as you can see in this picture, it's a little bit smaller than the Dreadnought style or body size, as you can see over at the right. This is the triple O or the concert size bodied guitar, which is a little bit more geared towards the fingerstyle play. A Dreadnought guitar is very big. It has a lot of wood which is capable of resonating, and therefore if you attack the strings with force and all the wood is vibrating, then the largest sound hole is capable of producing a lot of volume. With a smaller body sized guitar, they can produce less volume, but the upside is that it takes a little bit less force or energy to let all the wood of the top resonate and vibrate. So in theory, with a smaller size body guitar, you have to put less energy into plucking the strings or let the strings vibrate to get all the wood vibrating. So with less force you can make a smaller size body guitar sound loud. But when you really attack a smaller size body guitar with all the energy you have and put it into the strings, it cannot match the sound and the volume of a Dreadnought. So they're two different beasts, and they're good at different styles of play. I wanted a guitar which is more suitable and geared towards the fingerstyle play, and therefore I chose this model. Another thing that makes the Yamaha a little bit more suitable for the fingerstyle play is the tone wood which is used. Both have solid wood top woods. The Dreadnought on the right has a Sitka spruce top, and the Yamaha on the left has a Engelmann spruce top, both solid, and both Sitka, both are spruce, but the sound of the Sitka is a little bit more capable of producing nice overtones and good projection of the sound when played very loud and when the wood is really vibrating with maximum capacity. The Engelmann spruce is not really great sounding when it's vibrating with a whole lot of volume. The Engelmann spruce is at its best when it's played with not all the force you have, but with a little bit more delicacy. It's played with moderate volume, and then it's capable of producing a very complex and interesting sound with a lot of overtones. And because with fingerstyle play you play at moderate volumes at best, this is also an ideal guitar for this style of play. It's all relative, of course, because the fingerstyle play and the strumming can sound good and great on both guitars, but the devil is in the detail, as they say. So the top wood on the Yamaha is also one of the reasons why I bought this guitar, because I wanted a guitar which was more geared towards the fingerstyle play. Next thing is the ARE treatment. Yamaha has found a way to artificially alter the wood because it's a common fact that the older the guitar, the better it is going to sound. And guitars which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decades old are year by year sounding better. And according to my research, it has to do with some molecular processes within the wood, and the crystals are on a molecular basis reforming, and it's a process which goes very slow but also makes for a nicer sound. And Yamaha has found a way to artificially alter the wood and to speed up those processes. So in theory, you have a wood which is capable of sounding like some older wood. Well, I can't say it, but yeah, I want to inform you about it because it's an interesting feature. Um, the main perhaps the main reason why I bought this guitar is the trans-acoustic system, and you can see it in here. Let me see if I can film it. You see here the green electronic plate, and even more below you see an actuator. Well, let me try to explain to you in my layman terms what this trans-acoustic system is and how it works. Let me first tell you what it is. This guitar is capable of producing an artificial reverb and an artificial chorus. The way it works is that the system built within this guitar is capable of picking up the vibrations from the strings and to reform it into vibrations which produce reverb or echo, and those vibrations are sent through the wood of the chamber of this guitar, and that's done by the actuator. So the actuator is capable of vibrating, and the same way the strings translate the vibrations to the woods of the guitar. The same way goes for the actuator. It also is capable of transferring its vibrations to the wood of the guitar. So it's basically the same use of the sound chamber of this guitar, but the vibrations are reformed to vibrations which sound like reverb and chorus, and it's all done by the guitar itself, and therefore it comes with two AA batteries. Because the system requires some electricity, but no cables, only the two AA batteries with a battery life of 8 or 10, 11 hours. I haven't experienced it, but that's what I've read. So that's very interesting, because then you can create the effect of playing in a bathroom or in a big church, but you don't have the hassle of plugging in a cable and have a PA system or an amplifier which or with pedals in which you are able to create the reverb. It's all done acoustically by itself, so it's an ideal guitar to play at your house on a campfire, and you are then capable of creating some nice reverb sound, and yeah, that makes the sound of the guitar a little bit more interesting. You can also put it off the effects, so you can have just the plain guitar, or you can turn on the effect. You can there are two styles of reverb. You can have a room reverb, so if you are playing in a small room, or you can have a whole reverb, and that's creating an effect like when playing in a big large room in a hallway. And there is a chorus effect, and you can choose to have chorus and one of the two reverbs effects. You can only have chorus, only have reverb, one of the two different kinds of reverb. So yeah, you can really manage the way you like it. And also, it's not only on off for both effects. You can increase the amount of reverb and the amount of chorus you want. The chorus should make a sound like playing a 12 string. I find it a little bit more artificial sounding, Perhaps I will like it more when I am getting used to this guitar, but right now I'm more into the reverb, and that's the main reason why I chose this guitar, because I'm interested in playing with a little bit of reverb without the use of an amplifier. I don't even have an amplifier, and yeah, the great thing about an acoustic, in my opinion, is that you can take it everywhere. You don't have to get your amplifier with you. The amplifier is the sound hole of the guitar itself. So it's a very practical guitar, and that this guitar is capable of producing even some reverb is fantastic. I want to demonstrate to you the acoustic feature of this guitar, and I also want to demonstrate the difference of the sound of this guitar compared to the Dreadnought, but that will be for another video. What I've noticed so far is that my Dreadnought is warmer, fuller sounding, it's bassier, so when strumming and I want a warm tone, I think the Dreadnought will still be my number one. But when playing fingerstyle, sometimes I find the bass of my Dreadnought a little bit too much overpowered, and overpowering the mids and the highs. And what I've noticed is that the Yamaha has a little bit more sparkly sound, a bright sound. So the highs are a little bit more accentuated, which makes for a very interesting sound and more suitable for fingerstyle play. But that will be another video where I demonstrate it to you so you can hear it for yourself. Last thing I want to show you is that if I'm filming from the sides, is that the width of both guitars, so the depth of the sound chamber, is almost exactly the same. I've set them side by side, and the Dreadnought is still a couple of millimeters wider, thicker, deeper, how do you say it, than my Yamaha, but yeah, it's almost the same. The Yamaha has sapel woods, all solid wood on sides and back, and sapel is a mahogany like wood, I've read, and on my Yamaha it's Indian rosewood, if I remember correctly. So the backs and the sides are two different kinds of woods. Okay, this was the end. Let me conclude. No conclusion, I've told you enough, but let me end the video here. And see you in the next video where you can hear these guitars for yourself and the effects. Thank you for watching. Bye.